Your cat doesn't understand your love. Until you do these 7 things. Most cat owners believe something comforting. They believe their cat already knows they love them. After all, you feed them every day. You pet them. You buy toys. You let them sleep on your bed. But what if I told you something slightly uncomfortable? Your cat might not understand most of those things as love. Not because your cat is cold. Not because cats don't care. But because cats speak a completely different emotional language. And most humans never learn it. To a cat, love isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It isn't hugs and kisses. To a cat, love is safety. It's the tiny signals that say, "You are not a threat. You understand me. You are part of my world." Once you start speaking that language, something surprising happens. Your cat changes. They follow you more. They sit closer to you. They look at you differently. Not because you forced affection, but because in their mind, you finally became family. Today we're going to talk about 7 tiny things that take less than a minute each. But when you start doing them daily, your cat won't just tolerate you. They'll begin to truly trust you. And trust in the world of cats is the deepest form of love that exists. Let's start with the one most people feel a little embarrassed about. 1. Talk to your cat. Like you talk to a baby. Let's be honest about something. Almost every cat owner does this. You walk past your cat and suddenly your voice changes. "Hello, baby. Who's my sweet little fluff? What are you doing?" And if another human hears you, you immediately feel ridiculous. But here's the funny part. Science suggests you should actually be doing this more, not less. Researchers studying cat behavior have found something fascinating. Cats absolutely recognize their owner's voice, but they respond far more strongly when that voice becomes soft, high-pitched and affectionate. In everyday life, that's the voice we use with babies. It's slower, warmer, more emotional. When owners spoke to their cats in a normal adult tone, many cats barely reacted. But when the tone shifted to that gentle, exaggerated baby talk, the cats did something different. They turned their heads. Their ears moved toward the sound. Some even walked closer. What this tells us is something beautiful. Your cat isn't just hearing noise. They are recognizing emotional tone. To a cat, that soft voice sends a simple message: you are safe here. Cats evolved to constantly monitor danger, predators, strangers, sudden movements. So when they hear a relaxed, warm voice repeatedly directed toward them, their nervous system slowly relaxes. It's similar to the way humans respond to calm voices in stressful situations. And here's something many owners overlook. Your cat is watching you constantly. They notice the tone you use with other people. They notice the tone you use with them. So when you soften your voice specifically for your cat, they are picking up on something subtle. Your attention, your emotional focus. And that attention builds familiarity. You don't need special words. You don't need long conversations. Just speak to them when you walk into the room, when you feed them, when they sit across the room staring at you. To you it may feel silly, but to your cat, it's one of the clearest signals that you are a friendly presence in their territory. And if that idea is already making you look at your cat a little differently, stick with me, because the next signal is something cats use with each other all the time, and most humans completely misunderstand it. 2. The 3-second blink that changes everything. Have you ever caught your cat staring at you, and then slowly closing their eyes? For many owners, the first thought is simple. Oh, my cat is getting sleepy. But that's not what's happening. That slow blink is one of the most deliberate gestures a cat can make. In cat body language, long unbroken staring is actually a threat. Among animals, intense eye contact can signal confrontation, but cats developed a clever way to soften that signal. They blink, slowly. It's essentially their way of saying, I trust you enough to close my eyes around you. Think about that for a moment. A predator that closes its eyes is temporarily vulnerable, so when a cat slowly blinks in your direction, they are doing something surprisingly intimate. They're lowering their guard. Behavior researchers tested this idea in controlled experiments. Owners were asked to slowly blink at their cats while maintaining relaxed body language. The results were fascinating. Cats were significantly more likely to blink back, approach the person, remain calm and relaxed. Even when strangers performed the slow blink, many cats responded positively. But the effect was strongest with their own humans. That tiny gesture becomes a kind of emotional conversation. You blink slowly, your cat blinks back, and in that silent exchange, a message passes between 2 different species. I trust you. Most cat owners accidentally send the opposite signal. We stare. We look directly into their eyes without blinking. From a cat's perspective, that can feel confrontational. So the next time your cat looks at you across the room, try something simple. Hold their gaze gently, then slowly close your eyes for a moment. Not exaggerated, not dramatic, just calm. When your cat blinks back, you'll witness something quiet but powerful, a moment of mutual understanding. And once you start noticing these small exchanges, you realize something fascinating. Cats are communicating with us constantly. We just rarely notice the signals. And speaking of signals, there's another place where most humans completely miss what cats actually want. Playtime. 3. Most cat toys are boring because we use them wrong. Many cat owners have had this experience. You bring home a toy, you wave it in front of your cat, and your cat just stares at you, completely unimpressed. It feels like rejection. But the truth is simpler. Your cat isn't lazy, your cat is bored. Cats are natural hunters. Their brains evolved around a very specific sequence. First they stalk, then they chase, then they pounce. Finally they capture. Each step releases tiny bursts of dopamine in their brain. That's what makes hunting satisfying. But most human play completely skips this pattern. We wiggle a toy in one spot, back and forth, to a cat that doesn't resemble prey at all. Real prey behaves very differently. It hides, it freezes, it darts away unpredictably. So if you want your cat to truly engage during play, change the way the toy moves. Instead of shaking it in front of them, drag it along the ground. Let it disappear behind furniture. Pause, then suddenly move again. Watch what happens. Your cat's body lowers, their pupils widen, their tail twitches. That moment means you've activated their hunter brain. Now you're speaking their instinctive language. And here's something many people don't realize. A cat that experiences daily hunting-style play often becomes calmer overall. Why? Because that deep instinct is being satisfied. When animals fulfill natural behaviors, their stress levels drop. They become more relaxed, more affectionate, and more confident. And something interesting happens psychologically. The person who provides that hunting experience becomes associated with reward. In your cat's mind, you become part of the hunting ritual, which strengthens the bond between you. 5 minutes of realistic play can do more for your relationship with your cat than hours of random toy waving. But there's another bonding behavior that requires even less effort. In fact, it requires almost nothing at all. 4. Sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing. Humans often believe bonding requires activity, petting, playing, talking. But cats build relationships in a quieter way. They share space. In natural cat communities, individuals who trust each other rest near one another. Not necessarily touching, not interacting constantly, just existing in the same area. It's a sign of safety. If two cats nap near each other, it means neither one feels threatened. So when you sit quietly in a room and your cat chooses to stay nearby, something meaningful is happening. Your presence has become normal, predictable, safe. Many owners unintentionally disrupt this process. They see their cat sitting across the room and immediately try to interact, calling their name, picking them up, moving toward them. But sometimes the most powerful signal you can send a cat is this: I don't need anything from you. Just sit, read a book, scroll your phone, watch TV. Let your cat exist in the same environment without pressure. At first they may keep distance, then gradually that distance shrinks. Same room, same couch, eventually right beside you. And here's the important part. When a cat chooses proximity on their own, it creates a much stronger bond than forced interaction ever could. Because choice is everything in the feline world. And speaking of choice, there's one tiny greeting ritual most humans skip completely. 5. Let your cat say hello first. Imagine this situation. You walk into a room and someone you barely know suddenly hugs you. No warning, no greeting, no eye contact. You'd probably feel uncomfortable. Yet that's exactly what many humans do to their cats. We walk up and immediately start petting. But cats experience the world primarily through scent. Before physical contact, they prefer to identify you. When cats greet each other, they often touch noses or sniff faces. It's like exchanging identification, a chemical handshake. So the next time you approach your cat, try something different. Extend one finger, hold it still a few inches from their nose, Don't push forward, let them decide. If your cat leans forward and sniffs the greeting has begun, if they rub their cheek against your finger, that's even better. Cats have scent glands in their cheeks. When they rub against you, they're marking you as part of their territory, part of their safe world. Only after that greeting should petting begin. It's a tiny pause, 2 seconds. But that pause changes the entire interaction. Instead of imposing contact, you're allowing consent. And animals remember that. Respect builds trust. Trust builds affection. But there's another habit many cat owners have that quietly damages trust without realizing it. 6. Respect your cat's sleep. Cats sleep a lot, usually between 12 and 16 hours a day, and sometimes they look so adorable while sleeping that it feels impossible not to pick them up. But from a cat's perspective, deep sleep is a vulnerable state. Their muscles relax, their awareness drops, they rely on the safety of their environment. When that environment suddenly changes, like being lifted without warning, their body reacts instantly. Heart rate rises, muscles tense, adrenaline spikes. Even if your cat settles down after a few seconds, their nervous system remembers that moment. If it happens often enough, cats adapt. They start sleeping in harder to reach places, on shelves, under beds, inside closets, not because they don't like you, but because they are protecting their rest. A well-rested cat feels safe. A constantly disturbed cat becomes more cautious. So the simplest habit on this list is also one of the most powerful. When your cat is sleeping peacefully, just let them sleep. Sometimes love means leaving them alone. And now we come to the final habit. The one place on your cat's body that triggers a deeper bonding response than almost anywhere else. 7. The spot that feels like family. Cats groom each other in a behavior called allo-grooming. But interestingly, they don't groom randomly. They focus on areas that are difficult to reach alone, especially the base of the head and behind the ears. Those areas require help. So when one cat grooms another there, it's a powerful sign of trust. It says you're part of my group. That's why this spot is different from other petting locations. The belly can feel vulnerable, the back is pleasant, but the area between and behind the ears is deeply social. When you gently stroke this area with slow, repetitive movements, something fascinating happens in your cat's brain. Their body relaxes, their eyes soften, their purring deepens, and neurochemicals associated with bonding like oxytocin begin to rise. The same hormone involved in human bonding. In a sense, you are replicating the experience of feline family grooming, but the key is gentleness, not scratching, not vigorous rubbing, just slow, calm strokes, almost like the rhythm of another cat's tongue. When you do this consistently, your cat begins associating you with that soothing social ritual. And that's when something subtle changes. Your cat stops seeing you simply as the large creature that provides food. You become part of their social circle, their trusted companion. Cats will probably never say the words "I love you." They won't write it. They won't shout it. They won't wag their tails with excitement like dogs do. Instead, they show love in whispers. A slow blink, a quiet nap beside you, a gentle head bump against your hand. These tiny gestures are easy to miss. But once you learn the language behind them, they become incredibly meaningful. Because when a cat trusts you, they're offering something rare. The trust of a small predator that spent thousands of years surviving by being cautious. And when that cautious animal chooses to relax beside you, it means you've done something right. You've become safe. You've become familiar. You've become family. So tonight, when your cat looks at you from across the room, try the slow blink. Speak softly. Sit beside them without asking anything. You might discover that your cat has been speaking to you all along. You just needed to learn how to listen. And if you enjoyed discovering the hidden language of cats, consider subscribing for more insights into feline psychology. Because the more we understand them, the better life becomes for the quiet little companions who share our homes. And if you enjoy understanding the secret language of cats, consider to hit like and subscribe.